God. Okay, before the video starts, I'm just gonna put a disclaimer here. I just finished recording the response, and I genuinely don't know if this is a troll video or not. In the description, he says it's a joke, but also says it's legit. And looking at his channel, he's not a troll or like a reactionary or anything. And then in the comment section of this video, he acts like the whole thing is a legit video. And I'm pretty sure he's also moderating comments because there's conveniently nothing negative being said about such a controversial topic. And I know I normally don't do pre-video disclaimers like this, but the reason I'm doing it here is because if this is legit, this genuinely is the worst video I've seen all year. Like, dead serious. But since I'm blabbing, I might as well plug myself before the video starts. Twitter handle is on screen. Donation link is in the description if you want to throw me some Christmas shekels. And if you want to listen to my band Curbside Anthem, you can do that down below. Oh boy, yeah, I'm recording this intro blurb after I'd finished the response, so I'm serious when I say this one's really bad. But I'm done stalling, so roll it.
What up, YouTube? This is the Boomer Gamer Kid here.
Well, at least your channel name is appropriate. This video was uploaded in May of 2021, but you'd be forgiven for thinking it was made in 2010. Also, I'm reusing gameplay in this video because I still haven't gotten my PC from the movers. Sorry, not sorry.
And if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And also consider hitting that bell icon so you can get a notification when I'm uploading a new video. And now with that brief introduction out the way, let's get right to the video.
Am I the only one getting weirdly nostalgic watching this? Like, I can't explain why, but this video just makes me want to go to miniclip.com.
All our lives, we have heard how PC is a superior race of gaming.
Well, if you're lucky, you've heard that. But if you're like me, you have to hear quite the opposite a lot.
And while it might be very well true, I still have 4 reasons for why console gaming is better than PC gaming. So let's get to it.
Did you just say console gaming? Like, you didn't want to do a second take of that?
Reason 1. Comfort.
I already know where this one's going.
It's no secret that console gaming has come a long way from the Atari days.
Oh, no, you did say console gaming. I was willing to write that one off as a one-time mistake. Guess not. Fun fact, if you want people to take your commentary seriously, you might want to make sure you know how to pronounce the words in your own script.
Where 8-bit pixel spaceships were demolishing waves of descending alien entities. Nowadays, we have a mass array of science fiction games and a plethora of different genres to play on the new high-tech and high-powered game consoles such as the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X.
His audio mixing doesn't get any better, by the way. I really don't blame you if you want to dip out of this one early, but yes, the gaming industry has come a long way since the 70s. Although if you're going to talk about PC versus console, bringing up the plethora of genres available to you isn't going to win you over to the console side. There are still tons of genres that barely exist on the consoles, partially because those platforms are just horrible for indie devs, and partially because Microsoft and Sony care more about broad market appeal than taking risks of any kind. Which is extra ironic because MOBAs and MMOs are some of the most popular games in the world, and they're on PC. I know he said he was about to talk about comfort, but I just had to throw a little blurb in here about genres since he brought it up. Game variety just isn't something you're going to win on the console side.
And of course, you can play an almost endless collection of games on your personal computer, but can you play them from the comfort of your bed?
Yes, you quite literally can.
Or laid out in the living room couch?
Yes, you quite literally can.
Or even sprawled out naked on that soft Persian rug?
Demonetized. Also, yes, again.
Probably not.
I love that he says probably not here. Like, he doesn't even know for certain if he's right.
Console gamers have been enjoying the awesomeness of wireless controllers since the PlayStation 2 age.
I literally have that exact controller. Like, it's for the PS2, so I haven't used it in a while, but it was just weird seeing that again after it's been packed in a box somewhere for like 2 years. Also, wireless controllers exist on PC, so I don't know what your point is.
Where you can literally do a backflip while shooting some zombies, or a cartwheel while climbing a building without one stutter in your step. While PC gamers are hunched over their computer desk looking like Quasimodo.
Hashtag not my Quasimodo.
Gross! Console gamers also have the advantage of televisions.
Are you serious? Like, is this a joke? Consoles have an HDMI port. PCs have an HDMI port. If you want to hook up your PC to a television, you can literally just do that.
Cause who wouldn't want to play Resident Evil The Village on a 72-inch 4K smart TV that's mounted up in your bedroom?
I mean, I wouldn't, but I know how console fanboys feel about consumers having options.
Shit, I know I would. And I know many PC gamers could argue that that's why they invented HDMI wires, and they could hook up their PCs to their televisions.
I mean, Yeah?
But that wouldn't make no fucking sense. If you want to play on a television, just get a console PC gamer and enjoy the comforts that comes with holding that sweet, sweet wireless controller.
Okay, but nothing you said is even limited to the console. Or, sorry, the console. I can plug my PC into my TV, I can hook a wireless controller up to my TV, and I can use that controller as my mouse if I don't feel like using Steam Big Picture Mode or anything like that. Oh yeah, also Steam Big Picture Mode exists, so clearly there's a market for the people who do the exact thing you just said shouldn't be done.
Instead of huddled over your weird little mouse and jamming keys on that dusty keyboard.
I'm not jamming keys on the keyboard if the keys are already in the keyboard.
And with that, let's move on to the next reason. Reason 2. Exclusives.
Totally unrelated, a bunch of formerly exclusive Xbox and PlayStation games are currently on sale on Steam until January 4th, I think? Winter sale's pretty good this year.
Just like I said before, the PC gaming world has an endless collection of games that you can play, but so does consoles.
PC has more games, both exclusive and multi-plat. Plus, we can just play practically any game from any generation, so we don't have to worry about backwards compatibility. Plus, we can emulate all the exclusives and multiplats from old consoles that aren't in production anymore that consoles can't play either. The PC has a hilarious advantage in terms of the number of games available to you. You don't want to die on this hill.
And let's face it, all the best games ever made are on consoles.
Subjective.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild is easily emulated and runs better on PC than it does on console.
Persona 5.
Persona 5 Strikers is on PC, and Persona 5 Vanilla can be emulated. Not sure about Persona 5 Royal, but if you want to play Persona 5 on PC, you have options, and a PC port of Royal is inevitable at this point.
God of War.
Well, that's a little awkward.
Ratchet and Clank.
Interesting point here, since the PC is really the only place you can play the old Ratchet and Clank games. Newer ones, yeah, you got me there, but I don't think anyone's gonna say the new ones are better than the old ones.
Smash Brothers.
Oh darn, I can't play the worst Smash games on PC. Meanwhile, I can play Melee online with full matchmaking and rollback netcode through the Slippy project. How do you think competitive Melee survived the pandemic?
Just to name a few.
I mean, you named a few, and most of them are wrong.
Consoles drop new exclusives on the world's head like a fucking anvil on Wile E. Coyote.
Nice reference, but we're still ignoring the PC's library of exclusives and multiplats. And of non-exclusives that you seem to think are exclusive.
While PC gamers wait in the dust just to get shitty ports like 8 years later.
PC ports aren't always great or timely, but they're 99% of the time better than the console version in terms of performance and options. And most PC gamers don't care about the wait regardless, because we have so many other games to play in the meantime. A lot of us just don't care about these exclusives in the moment. And now we're only going to play them because they're on PC. Because we didn't feel like dropping a few $100s on a console and then another $60 per game when it's going to run like shit anyways. I'd much rather just wait for it to come to PC and play a bunch of other stuff in the meantime.
And while PC gamers are twiddling their thumbs, console gamers are screaming out another one, like we're DJ fucking Khaled.
You say that as if you just listed off a million games, but you named 5. And 3 of them were wrong.
Marvel Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's almost certainly coming to PC, but I will admit that's really the only PlayStation exclusive I care about right now.
Last of Us.
Last of Us has been playable on PC for a long time now, both through emulation and Sony's own PS Now program. Like, Sony themselves made Last of Us playable on PC like 5 years ago, and even without that, it's been emulated forever.
Uncharted.
Well, that's a little awkward.
Gears of War.
Gears of War was literally never exclusive. The original Gears game was a multi-plat, and out of the 5 mainline Gears games, only 2 of them were exclusive to Xbox. The other 3 were on PC, which is where I'm playing the footage in this video, so that's extra awkward. And that's not even mentioning Gears Tactics, which launched on PC more than 6 months before the Xbox version.
I can keep going.
It's probably a good idea if you don't keep going, because, again, you're just showing how wrong you are. You've named a grand total of 9 exclusives, and 6 of them are playable on PC, either officially or through emulation.
And what does PC have? Frostpunk? Age of Empires? StarCraft? Yuck!
I love how dismissive of StarCraft you are. You know, StarCraft, the billion-dollar franchise. Also, no mention of Counter-Strike, Arma, Dota, League of Legends, or any of the million multi-plat games that have a much bigger presence on PC than console. Overwatch, Siege, PUBG, Civ, so on.
Consoles got the awesome games on lock like a prison guard. Need I say more?
As dumb as this guy is, I'll say it again, there's something weirdly really nostalgic about this video, and I kinda love it.
So let's move on to the next reason. Reason 3. better support.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Games in general are just kind of poorly supported nowadays. That's not really a platform thing. Like, I don't know if I even want to make this a PC versus console thing because the lack of support on both fronts is unacceptable.
In the modern age of computers, it has become easier and easier for hacking and piracy to exist.
Not sure what this has to do with support, but okay.
Especially when it comes to gaming. Gaming companies have slowly but surely been moving away from PC gaming for the simple reason that people are stealing their shit.
It's funny that you say that because it's literally not true. Ubisoft is one of the biggest publishers in the world, and the PC was revealed to be their main moneymaker back in 2019. The PC is a much cheaper platform for publishers to deal with because they don't have to go through Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo just to get their own games into the hands of consumers. The PC isn't owned by one company, so it gives the devs and publishers a lot more control over how their game is sold.
Which is taking money out their pockets to pay the game developers who are slaving away to create that sweet new game that we will all play and love.
Convenient that you don't mention used games here. Used console games benefit the developer the exact same amount as pirated games do, but for some reason nobody wants to talk about that.
That's crap! So it's no wonder console gamers are getting better support and smoother games, cause we fucking rock!
Smoother games is objectively wrong. The PC is capable of better performance virtually across the board, but you also haven't mentioned what better support you get. Like, better prices? That's not accurate. Faster updates? That's not accurate. Better security? That's not accurate. I guess smaller file sizes for some games? Like, that's really all I can think of.
And there's no way for us to cheat the companies that are bringing us such awesome content.
Used games. Again, why does nobody talk about this?
Yeah, take that, PC gamer.
Oh no, my ego and reputation are bruised.
Plus, who the fuck wants to play online on a PC game where hackers run amok?
I rarely run into hackers in any game that I play. And I play a lot of online games. I rarely encounter cheaters. In terms of the amount, yeah, there's more of them on PC, but not enough for it to be a deterrent from the platform. Especially when console multiplayer games are getting so buggy and abusable. Again, no mention of console cheaters here.
Imagine you finally caught up with that troll in your lobby in GTA 5 that's killing everyone. You challenge him to a 1v1 and whoop his ass.
Trolling isn't hacking. I'm not sure what point you're trying to make, but it's kind of dumb.
Only for him to come back and spawn 100 semi-trucks on your head. Fuck that!
Okay, leave the lobby. What do you do when someone in a console game is abusing an out-of-map spot or an infinite XP glitch? You just leave the lobby. If you give people the ability to cheat, they're going to do so regardless of platform. Welcome to online gaming. I hope you enjoy your stay.
I'll stick to console gaming, thank you. Now let's move on to our last reason. Reason 4. Cheaper gaming.
Oh boy, can't wait for this one. Can't wait to hear how the platform with objectively more expensive games, objectively less marketplaces, and objectively more predatory practices is somehow cheaper.
Let's get real. If you want to get a gaming PC, price is probably going to start at $500.
How is that different than a next-gen console?
And at that price, you'd be lucky to play games from 2 generations ago at 60 FPS.
I got my first gaming PC during the PS4 Xbox One era, and it had a 1050 in it. Like, not even the TI variant, just the standard GTX 1050. And it ran everything I wanted it to at 1080p with better frames than the console versions, and usually above 60 FPS. Just a quick Google search reveals you can find this card, both the standard and the TI variant, for less than $200. And this card doesn't even need additional power, you just plug it right into the motherboard. Meaning if you have a desktop PC laying around, you can just get this card for $200, maybe spend another 100 or so on some memory or better CPU if you want, and boom, you have a machine capable of running pretty much everything from the 8th gen console era at better performance than the 8th gen consoles. Plus, you'll still be able to play modern games, just at lower settings. This is usually the part of the video where I come up with some creative insult, but I'm just kinda tired, so I'll leave that up to the imagination.
What the fuck? If you want any kind of quality for a PC, get ready to drop some real cash. I'm talking deposit on a city apartment kind of cash. Who the fuck trying to spend that much cash just to game?
If you want a nice, modern gaming PC, yes, you have to spend a decent chunk of change up front. Prices vary depending on things like used versus new, pre-built versus a la carte, I recommend a la carte, and whether or not the crypto miners are still pissing in each other's mouths that month. Yes, building a PC is more expensive than buying a console, nobody's gonna deny that, but what you get for your money is so much more than what you'd get on console. That's why you pay more. Better performance, more options, more customization, And then you have the long-term monetary things like cheaper games. You don't have to pay to play online. Your tech is more future-proof because of the lack of generations. Repairs are exponentially cheaper because you can just open up the machine and fix or replace one part instead of having to replace the whole console. Machine to machine, the PC is more expensive, but hobby to hobby, the PC is ridiculously cheaper. Like, yes, you spend more on the PC itself, but you make that money back pretty quickly with how little money you have to spend on it over time.
And let's not mention the constant upgrading to keep up with the latest games.
I haven't upgraded my PC in over a year, and that set of upgrades I did a year ago was just because I had some disposable income. It wasn't out of necessity. The last time I had to upgrade my PC was in like 2018 when I switched from DDR3 to 4, and even that was technically optional.
No way! Console gamers never have to worry about that.
Because you don't have the option to worry about it.
We buy a console and we're good for about 7 years until the new console comes out.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Being locked into one set of hardware for 7 years is not a good thing for anyone, and if you don't understand why, you haven't been paying attention.
Hell yeah! So now we can save all that extra cash to buy all those sweet exclusives that PCs will never see.
While paying more for games, while paying $50 a year to play your own games online, while paying more for repairs in case your console breaks, while paying another $500 or so for the upgraded version of your console, while paying way more for extra controllers and hard drives. Like, how do you not get it?
Aha! And that's my 4 reasons console gaming is better than PC gaming.
Holy shit, it's over. It's finally over. I somehow turned a 5.5-minute video into this. I appreciated it for the nostalgia factor, but goddamn, this was a hard one to get through. Again, I'm genuinely not sure if this was a troll video or not. If it was a troll, great. You got me, and I made money off of this. If it wasn't a troll, this was the worst video of the year. Toodles.